Ah, hello. What intoxicating innocence you before me. A dumbfounding look upon that face. Let me, Dagoth Ur, regale you upon the tales of a curious insect. Phasmatodea, an order of insects many find confounding. They are far from a typical mud crab, whose members are variously known as stick insects, stickbugs, walking sticks, stick animals, or bug sticks. They are also occasionally referred to as devil's darning needles, although this name is shared by both dragonflies and craneflies. The group's name is derived from the ancient Greek phasma, meaning an apparition or phantom, referring to their resemblance to vegetation while in fact being animals. Their natural camouflage makes them difficult for predators to detect. Still, many species have one of several secondary lines of defense in the form of startle displays, spines, or toxic secretions. Stick insects from the genera Phryganistria, Catenomorpha, and Phobeticus include the world's longest insects. Members of the order are found on all continents except Antarctica, but they are most abundant in the tropics and subtropics. They are herbivorous, with many species living unobtrusively in the tree canopy. They have an incomplete metamorphosis life cycle with 3 stages: egg, nymph, and adult. Many phasmids are parthenogenic and do not require fertilized eggs for female offspring to be produced. In hotter climates, they may breed all year round. In more temperate regions, the females lay eggs in the autumn before dying, and the new generation hatches in the spring. Some species have wings and can disperse by flying, while others are more restricted. Phasmids vary greatly in size, with females typically growing larger than males of the same species. Males of the smallest species, such as Timema christinae, reach about 2 centimeters, or roughly the size of a larva quama forager, for my fellow dark elves. While females of the longest and undescribed species, informally known as Phryganistria chinensis, is up to 64 centimeters, translating to 25 inches in total length, including outstretched legs. This makes it the world's longest insect. Some females may weigh as much as 65 grams or 2 skooma bottles. Additionally, some phasmids have cylindrical, stick-like shapes, while others have flattened, leaf-like shapes. Many species are wingless or have reduced wings. The thorax is long in the winged species since it houses the flight muscles, and is typically much shorter in the wingless forms. Where present, the first pair of wings is narrow and cornified hardened, while the hind wings are broad with straight veins along their length and multiple cross veins. Their wing venation is unique among insects. The body is often further modified to resemble vegetation, with ridges resembling leaf veins, bark-like tubercles, and other forms of camouflage. A few species, such as Corossius morosus, are even able to change their pigmentation to match their surroundings. The mouth parts project out from the head. Chewing mandibles are uniform across species. The legs are typically long and slender, and some species are capable of limb autotomy appendage shedding. Phasmids have long, slender antennae, as long as or longer than the rest of the body in some species. Phasmids are herbivorous, feeding mostly on the leaves of trees and shrubs, and a conspicuous component of many neotropical systems. Phasmatodea has been postulated as dominant light-gap herbivores there. Their role in the forest ecosystem is considered important by many scientists, who stress the significance of light gaps in maintaining succession and resilience in climax forests. The presence of phasmids lowers the net production of early successional plants by consuming them, and then enriches the soil by defecation. This enables the late succession plants to become established and encourages the recycling of the tropical forest. Furthermore, all types of Phasmatodea can be found all over the world except for the Antarctic and Patagonia. They are most numerous in the tropics and subtropics. The greatest diversity is found in Southeast Asia and South America, followed by Australia, Central America, and the southern United States. Over 300 species are known from the island of Borneo, making it the richest place in the world for Phasmatodea. In human culture, stick insects are often kept in captivity. Almost 300 species have been reared in laboratories or as pets. The most commonly kept is the Indian aka laboratory stick insect, Corossius morosus, which eats vegetables such as lettuce. Also, some indigenous people of the D'Entrecasteaux Islands have traditionally made fish hooks from the legs of certain phasmids. In Australia and Hawaii, many kinds of stick insects are kept as exotic pets, including the strong Goliath, spiny, and children's. The custom of keeping stick insects as pets was probably brought to Australia by either Chinese, Japanese, or Vietnamese immigrants during World War II, the Korean War, or the Vietnam War. Stick insects have been kept as pets since the time of the Han Dynasty. They were kept inside bird cages, and people in the Far East believe they bring good luck and fortune, just like crickets. Taxonomy, the classification of the Phasmatodea, is complex, and the relationships between its members are poorly understood. Furthermore, there is much confusion over the ordinal name. Phasmida is preferred by many authors, though it is incorrectly formed. Phasmatodea is correctly formed and is widely accepted. Phasmida is the oldest and simplest name, first used by Leach in 1815 in Brewster's Edinburgh Encyclopedia, Volume 9, p. 119, and widely used in major entomological textbooks, dictionaries, and many scientific papers and books on phasmids. As there is no compulsion to select the grammatically correct name. Over 3,000 species have been described, with many more yet to be described, both in museum collections and in the wild, while suggestions have been made that various insects extending back to the Permian epoch represent stem group Phasmatodeans. The earliest unambiguous members of the group are the Phasmatodea, which first appeared during the Middle Jurassic and usually have two large pairs of wings. Modern Phasmatodeans first appeared during the early Cretaceous, with the currently oldest known being Araripephasma, from the early Cretaceous, Aptian Crato Formation of Brazil, around 113 million years old, which can be confidently assigned to the Phasmatodea. The earliest leaf insect Philiene fossil is Eophilium messelensis, from the 47-million-year-old Eocene of Messel, Germany. In size and cryptic, leaf-like body form, it closely resembles extant species, suggesting that the behavior of the group has changed little since that time. The Dagoth Ur, previously placed at suborder level, is now considered nomen dubium.